New Year, everybody, and welcome back into the 1-800-CALL-SAM studio on the campus of Lawrence Technological University for another edition of State Champs Hockey Time, presented by our friends at Alta Equipment Company. Along with Mike Iveso, my name is Sean Belegian. Hey, can't thank Sam Burnstein and the family enough for being a part of this. Shout out, as always, to Alta, and shout out to you for always making us part of your hockey experience. Mike, so much happened since we last were here on the campus of Lawrence Tech University. Let's start with, by all accounts, what was an instant classic between Catholic Central and Byron Center.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. Instant classic. 67 saves out of Quinn Saul. And then how about that CC defense? We always talk about them. They only gave up 14 shots.
Unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, one of the things we talked about before we went into the break is the pecking order out in the West Side. Certainly nothing is official, but the Byron Center Bulldogs doing what we've seen them do many times in years gone by, Mike. They're going like this as the season progresses.
Absolutely. And we talk a lot about Quinn Saul, and as we get to our awards, I have a feeling we're going to be talking a little bit more about him. But what about Luke Goheen? This kid is a scoring machine lately. Byron Center's getting right, and it looks like they're poking their head above everybody in the West Side.
You know, one of the things we talked about all early season long is the craziness in the Upper Peninsula. Is it Jeffers? Is it Escanaba? Is it Marquette? Is it the Sioux? Is it Hancock? Is it Houghton? Is it Calumet? Mike, it seems, at least for now, that maybe Houghton's peeking their head out a little bit up in the Upper Peninsula.
If you just go back in history, you see Houghton's been there year after year. So when they started off a little bit slow with players like Arco and Millette, we knew they'd be back. They've won 6 straight games. Who's it going to be? We don't know, but right now Houghton is looking to be the leader. One
of the cool things that happen each and every year across the high school hockey landscape is showcases everywhere, okay? And one that we've been very fortunate to go up to the last couple of years, the Denowith Memorial Showcase up in Traverse City. And Mike, guess what? We're going up again. We're leaving actually tomorrow. Yes, Thursday, we are scheduled to be leaving, and we've got a slew of great games letting you know what we plan on doing. How about this one? Friday at 6:15, and you can catch this game on the State Champs YouTube page and, of course, a Local 4+. Bay Reps taking on Jeffers.
Man, the Bay Reps, they're coming in hot. They've won their last 2 games, and Tyler Boynton-Fisher, another hot goaltender. He's only given up 3 goals in those games. But let's not forget Jeffers. They've got a goalie of their own that's been knocking on our door all year, in Kason Helmenden. Keep an eye on him. This team has not lost in the last 7 games.
Traverse City Central, one of those living legends, Coach Givens and his Trojans, taking on Forest Hill Central, another team on the west side that you got to keep an eye on.
Yeah, Traverse City, they started out a little bit slow. We know they had some injuries. But again, like you said, we know Coach Givens is going to have this team ready for this game. Forest Hills is starting to get hot, and no one's getting hotter than Benny Milak, Player of the Year nominee. Every year we go up there, he seems to be a standout. I expect the same this year.
What a dandy we have for you as we move ahead to Saturday. How about this? 4:30 in the afternoon. The Escanaba Eskimos, by the way, shout out to Coach Johnson, hooked us up with these caps. Appreciate you guys. Looking forward to seeing you in person. Great stories. You got some goaltending. You got a pretty special defenseman as well. More on him in just a minute. Taking on perennial power and defending D2 champion Flint Powers.
Yeah, this is the matchup I think I'm looking forward to the most. Escanaba is one of the tougher teams coming out of the UP with 12 wins. We're going to get our first live look at a smooth puck-moving defenseman in Nolan Bink. Can't wait to see him. Flint Powers, you know what you're going to get, Sean. You got Player of the Year nominee Aiden Cook. You got Wall Award nominee Hunter Clark. They're always going to give you your best. Keep an eye on this one.
And then finally, our last broadcast, and we cordially invite you to join us for each and every one of these, TC West taking on Byron Center.
TC West, always well coached. They're going to play from the drop of the puck to the final whistle no matter what the score of the game is. But keep an eye on Drew Charlin. As this kid plays his game, this team gets better. Byron Center, usual suspect as we just seen. They're coming in hot. No one hotter than Quinn Saul. Hasn't lost in 5 games, including that instant classic 67 saves against Catholic Central.
So just a reminder for all of you out there, and I know how Chuck rolls. You'll see the times up on the screen in just a second. 6:15 on Friday, Bay Reps taking on Jeffers. 8:30 on Friday, TC Central taking on Forest Hill Central. 4:30 on Saturday, Escanaba Flint Power. 6:45 on Saturday, TC West taking on Byron Center. Yes, Game Time Live, back and in full effect. Mike, I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, and I'm so glad that so many teams and coaches all around the state are doing this. I love the showcases. I love the opportunity for multiple eyes to see multiple teams, but the granddaddy of them all is coming up in just a few weeks. And I'm here to tell you once again, shout out to our friends, not only in the MIHL, but certainly Chad Clements and the Trenton Trojans. Mike, we're going to have that first sneak peek at the granddaddy of them all in the showcase down in Trenton.
Every year, this is the showcase of all showcases. We got some nice ones around there. I can't wait to get a peek at this schedule they're going to have. They do a great job with these matchups. It's a little bit tougher this year. Can't wait to see what it is. There's 2 things that I know for certain, Sean. There's going to be a snowstorm, right?
Always.
Every year when we go up there,
Every
there's
year.
a snowstorm, and I'm going to get that grilled chicken salad from the restaurant. I can't get their top-notch showcase.
It's usually Thursday night. Mike and I have driven out there so many times on Thursday night, that first night. It's usually Thursday night. But if you remember last year, it kind of switched up on us and got a Saturday afternoon. So one way or another, you're going to see that, but that's the part of it that makes it so much fun. And I do. I call it the granddaddy of them all because every other showcase is special, but this one just seems to be on its own pedestal. And as always, the red carpet is rolled out for everybody down in Trenton. The staff down there, second to none. So we're going to have that reveal next week. Speaking of reveal, it was not easy to spend many hours of my life putting this top 20 together over the weekend. I kid you not, but Chuck, without further ado, if you have not seen this on our social media pages or, of course, the State Champs website, Mike, here is our top 20. To me, after Catholic Central tied Byron Center, I think that opened the door for Howell to say we're the number 1 team in the state, and that's where I put the Highlanders.
I agree with you, Sean. It opened that door, and now that you've walked in this door, just be careful, Howell. The target is now on your back. It's kind of like tag, you're it. Your next couple of games, Northville, Alpena, and Granville, they're coming after now the number 1 team in the state. And before everyone gets excited, Sean, this isn't a slight to Detroit Catholic Central. This was a tough decision to make. That tie to Byron Center opened the door. I watched that game against Minnetonka. I thought they went toe-to-toe with Minnetonka. That was a great game, and I can't be more impressed every time Nicholas Kogut gets on that ice.
One of the things that jumped out to me about this, Mike, is honestly, after the top 5, in my opinion, I think you could have put just about anybody anywhere. And Utica Eisenhower, I can't wait to see them in person. Mike, every year there's a team that you hear about and you're like, okay, I'm really intrigued. And this is a team that's living up to it. A lot of noise about what's going on with Ike.
Yeah, it's a big team we keep hearing about. They score goals. Keep hot, and guess what? You might be in that top 5 coming out.
One of the things that we cordially invite you to do is check out the full rankings on the website because unfortunately for our graphics, we can't put those knocking on the door, but a few teams knocking on the door as well. So you can check that out simply by going to the State Champs website, looking at our rankings list, and you can find it right there. Hey, a guy that has helped us out in a myriad of ways, helped out high school hockey in a myriad of ways over the years, is John Kidd's special guest on Coach's Corner. So why don't we go to that right now?
It's time now for our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. I am joined today by the head coach at Grosse Ile High School, Scott Sebastian. Scott, welcome back to Hockey Talk.
Yeah, it's been a minute, hasn't it?
It's truly been a minute. You haven't been coaching high school hockey in 20 years. You're back now. Why Grosse Ile?
Wow, what a school, what a program, what a township, amazing kids. They've had such a great foundation built before me with Derbs And when the call was made that, hey, would I be interested, my first reaction was, are you kidding me? I'm living down in Florida. Came back for some work, talked to Kyle, talked to Wish, and when you have two guys on the side of you on the bench like those two guys, it made the decision easier. And we decided to roll up the sleeves in June, go to work, and here we are, it's Christmas.
Your guys' motto is culture breeds champions. How do you come up with that?
Probably because I got a marketing background, but it's the truth. Too many people worry about points and wins and all the things that don't lead you to success in February, and it starts with the room. We had great seniors that are on the squad this year that have gone through the grind. They understand what the process is. We made it our first priority. Without culture, you don't have a team. Without a team, you don't have anything. So we started from day one, from our dry land sessions to everything about the program. We're raising standards every day of how we do things, and so far so good.
Talk about this year's Red Devils and just talk about moving forward into the second half of the season.
Yeah, a different team, different identity. We're trying to play 200 feet of hockey, and it's not the style that they've played for the last 10, 15 years. We're 45 days into it, and so when we say we wiped everything clean, we wiped everything clean. Good teams win in February because they start on the defensive side and have good structure. When you got a guy like Kyle back there who played 6 years in the pros, and you got a guy like Wish who played in the pros and played at Ferris State, they understand the balance between going north and south and east and west. So the kids have done a great job buying into that system and that style so far. And we threw 50 shots up today, and if we keep on keeping on and getting pucks deep, we're going to be fun to watch in February.
Now, obviously, I've known you for over 20 years when you were at Riverview Gay-Bernard when state champs first started. We got hockey time going over the last decade. During your time at Alta, you know, how special is it for you to support high school hockey along with me, Sean, and Mike Iverson?
Yeah, it's why you do it, right? When John and you and myself sat down and talked and we had some marketing funds to help support the game, it was a no-brainer for us. And to see that first conversation to where you and your team and your staff is gone over the last 5 years has been incredibly. I'm extremely proud. I'm happy for the kids. I'm happy for the grandparents and the aunts and the uncles that get to see this type of coverage in the greatest sport in the world. I know Randy and the guys up at the state absolutely love it. I know Alta still loves the partnership, and only going to get bigger and better.
Well, thank you very much, Coach, for taking the time here on the Coach's Corner.
Go Red Devils.
All right, and that was our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association.
Well, thank you so much, John, and thank you so much to Coach Sebastian. And hey, we've got a title sponsor for our awards. How about the 1-800-CALL-SAM Player of the Year and Wall Award? Mike, we're really excited. We said over the break that there would be some changes, and we are going to stick to our word. We made 2 changes on the wall side, on our goalie side. Let's welcome in a guy who's been on the list before, Blake Tice from Cranbrook. And how on earth could we ignore what Quinn Saul did out in Byron Center?
Yeah, you know, it's great to have Blake Tice back on this award because, as you've said, we've had him here before. Something happens. They have another hot goaltender, but right now he's 6-1, unbeaten in his last 5, and he's a big reason that Cranbrook is moving up that top 20, Sean. Quinn Saul, .933 save percentage. Again, we can't not mention 67 saves against Detroit Catholic Central. Welcome to the Wall Award, boys.
And I'll tell you what, the 1-800-CALL-SAM Player of the Year list, we've been talking about this guy for the last couple weeks. He was tendered, I think, just last week, Mike. We can't keep him off the list any longer. Nolan Bink from the Escanaba Eskimos, welcome to the 1-800-CALL-SAM Player of the Year list.
Absolutely. I sent you that tweet as soon as it came out, getting tendered to the NAW for Michigan high school hockey. That is huge. Can't wait to see him. We've heard a lot about him in the last couple weeks. We've been talking about him for a while. I love defensemen that can distribute that puck. I believe he has about 16, 17 assists already. Great year, great player.
Well, and this is your opportunity. We see it each and every week. Go to our website. You can be a part of the 1-800-CALL-SAM Player of the Year and 1-800-CALL-SAM Wall Award. You can cast your vote. Vote early, vote often. And as we put our criteria on the page, let me remind you of this, fellas. If your guy is the leading vote getter, they are automatically into the Final Four. That's the power that we give the fans out there. So vote early, vote often. Your guy, if he's on this list, goes immediately into our Final Four. No questions asked, Mike. And I'll tell you what, with some of the big showcases coming up, I have a feeling there'll be some even more changes.
Yep, and we're going to get our eyes this weekend when we're up in Traverse City on a bunch of these guys. So, hey, we're watching you, but not only the guys that are on this list, the guys that are knocking on that list. We're going to see you this weekend, too.
And speaking of this weekend, just a reminder, Game Time Live is back. We have a busy schedule coming up the next month. We're not going to tell you everything we're doing in the next month or everywhere we're going, but we're going to have a very busy schedule. I'm glad to be with Mike. I'm glad to be with the best crew in the business, and that's exactly what we're doing this weekend. One more time, Chuck, if we can put the graphic up there. Bay Reps taking on Jeffers. That's Friday at 6:15 up in Traverse City. At 8:30, it's TC Central taking on Forest Hills Central on Game Time Live. Then the next day, we've got two more after that. How about Escanaba and Flint Powers? What a dandy that should be. And then our last Game Time Live broadcast, and really the last broadcast of the Denowith Memorial Showcase, TC West taking on Byron Center. Can't wait. We look forward to going up there. Such a great staff. Boy, do they take care of us in every way, shape, or form. And one of the most beautiful spots in the state, Mike.
Absolutely. As soon as we get there, we get excited. We're in that house. We're looking out at the lake. Oh, but wait, then we get to the rink, and it's always amazing hockey. We've never been disappointed in Traverse City, Sean.
And really good popcorn as well. We're both popcorn snobs, like legitimately. Like we have a ranking. Chuck, maybe we can do that at some point in time later in the season. We have popcorn rankings around the state. Don't tell anybody, but we really do.
Let's not forget, I think I got everybody excited for those nachos coming up. That was the
money. Do you
best
remember that?
plate of nachos. I can't wait to get there and get them.
Don't get us started on food. All right. Hey, that's going to do it. Again, special shout out to Sam Burnstein, the entire family, the 1-800-CALL SAM Studios. Thank you so much for being a part of what we do here, Sam. Really, really greatly appreciate it. This is a labor of love. We're all hockey fans, and the one thing we say at the end of every show, we'll see you at the rink.
State Champs Hockey Time is presented by Alta Equipment Company. Also brought to you by Lawrence Technological University. 1-800-CALL-SAM. The MHSAA and the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association.